decided, nah, I'm done. I'm not gonna cry anymore. I'm not gonna wonder why anymore. I'm just gonna sever it. Just, and I just turned my emotions off. Just, that was the moment. I was about 12 or 13. I just, no one will ever hurt me again. No one will ever get close, and no one will hurt me. And for a good while, that actually probably helped me get through, because wasn't long after that, a girl that I actually kind of liked, would have liked to have been friends with if I had had more gumption, decided to have a party for us smarty farties. We were separated from the other kids, which I think is dumb and stupid. So it was called Gifted and Talented. It's just dumb and stupid. But anyway, she had a party. I kind of wanted to go, but I knew that the other kids didn't like me. But I still wanted to go, because it's a party and you're, 12, 13, whatever, and it's a boy-girl party, and and I remember I was sitting out, it had to be lunch, I guess, sitting outside a door, just on the ground, just reading, because that's all I ever did. Had to escape. And one of the other girls came up to me, and she's like, "Are you going to blah blah's party?" And I was like, "Okay, how do I answer this? Just say yes, just see what happens," because I am very much like that. I like to see what happens. I was like, "Yes, of course I am." She goes, "Why? Nobody wants you there. Don't go." And I was like, "Okay." And then she walked away. And I was like, "Wow, okay, well, I'm not gonna cry," because I don't cry anymore. I'm just gonna read my book, and I'm gonna get quieter, and I'm gonna try to be invisible as much as possible. And I tried really hard. And the girl whose party it was, she called me that night, and she's like, "Hi, why aren't you here? Everyone's here. Why aren't you here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling well. Just not feeling well." And she was like, "Oh, I hate that. I really wanted you to come, and we're having fun, and I don't remember what else they were doing, but it felt nice." I do hate that we never got to know each other, because I do think that we would have ended up being actual friends. I think, looking back, that she and I had a lot more in common than I was aware of. But I severed it all. I had a few friends. Pam, she gets a mention. But even, I remember even having Pam over for a sleepover, and she said something in front of my mom. She's like, "Oh, but I know Kiley." And my mom stopped her, and she goes, "No, you don't. No one knows Kiley. She's my daughter, and I don't even know her." And she was right. There would always be a wall between me and other people. And there always will be. Because they can't hurt you if you put the wall up. Then high school happened. It was terrible. People I didn't even know doing terrible things to me. I didn't know them. Older boys touching me, and I didn't want to be touched. I think some girls would probably find it flattering. Maybe I should. Because one of them was a very, very, very popular boy. And I don't know. I didn't like it. So I went more and more into myself. It didn't matter. They said terrible things. They did terrible things. And you have to live with that. It doesn't go away. I reached out to one teacher my second safe person. So Mr. Kiley was always my safe person from 6th grade until I left school. He was amazing. But I had a second safe person. His name was Mr. Davis. He was very intelligent and relished intelligence, which was very rare in East Texas. He zoomed in on me pretty quick. It was great, and he helped me a lot. He helped me understand people, or try to understand them. He was also my sociology teacher as well. So psychology, sociology was 1 year, biology was another year. And he was second to none. And I remember one time in class, and I said, we were having a discussion, and I said something, looking back on it, it doesn't even stand out. That's how boring and basic it must have been. Probably something like, oh, well, yes, but, if you acquiesce to what they say, blah, blah, blah. The girl next to me goes, could you speak in English, please? The rest of us can't understand you. And he said, no, that's rude. She is speaking English. You need to learn what that word means. No one had ever defended me before. It was pretty awesome. And I liked that a lot. But all that did was make people hate me more. So the years continued, and my home life was bad on top of everything else. I have a book coming out later. It will describe all that. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with that. But the bullying never let up. It never stopped. Suddenly, I stopped going to school. I am very intelligent on paper. And I dropped out of high school. I did go back, but it was many years later. I dropped out because I couldn't face another day in that place. I couldn't fit in. And then, in one hand, all these people, they were so much older than me, and one guy who eventually became really good friends with my younger sister. My younger sister was the opposite of me, very popular, very well known, very well liked. She has that social playbook that I, unfortunately, was not born with. So he came up to me, 10th grade, and he's like, Kiley, I hate you. I was like, okay. He's like, I don't know why I hate you, but I hate you. And you know what I hate the most? And I'm like, okay. I hate walking behind you because your stupid ponytail swings side to side, and I just want to cut it off. And I was like, okay. I was writing at that time. That writing then became my escape. It was reading, then it became writing. So all my life, I've been told that these people that I still know, these people are the normal people. I'm the weird one. I'm the one that's strange. I've never wanted to cut anyone's ponytail off. I've never had the desire to go up to someone and goes, nobody wants you there. But I'm the weird one. I'm the strange one. I can't play those games. I did for a little while. When I was about 19 or 20. Yeah, about 20. I read a David Bowie quote that really stuck out. And it said he took on these personas because he was actually very, very shy. And when he would become these characters, he could go out on stage and do whatever he wanted. So then I started to think, could I do that? So I began to study a lot of YouTube videos of starlets and their interviews and watching them, which is something I quite related to in the Joker film. He does something very similar. And I would take notes, and I would see, how they flirted with the camera or with the people or whatever. I would copy it and I would practice it. I did not know at the time that that's called masking. And I knew I was successful when I had taken on a job while I was in college, university. I was working at the Dollar General as a checker. And a little girl came through the line. She could have been more than 12 or 13 or so. And she said, "Oh my gosh, you're so happy. You must have been a cheerleader in high school." I busted out laughing. I was like, "Oh my gosh, no, quite the opposite." And she's like, "There's no way. You're so happy and cheerful and blah, 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 blah." It was an act. It's all an act. And that's why I knew that I figured it out. But then something happened again. 10 years go by. And I'm tired. I'm tired of faking. I'm tired of masking. I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of there being a wall, a mirror that separates me from everyone else. So I go and I try to discover who I am, why this is, why any of it's happening. And that's when I find out that I'm autistic. It was missed in all of the tests that I ever was subjected to as a child, because females are not usually seen as autistic. At least not when I was growing up. Because apparently we mask better than anyone else. So it's stupid. I lost out on a lot of help, I'm sure. But it doesn't matter. Because what I exist as now is a very broken person. I'm too weird to change my ways. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from faking. I'm exhausted from being something I'm not. I gave one last hurrah last year to try and fit in. I bought a big giant house. I bought a fancy car. My company is now a corporation, and in 5 years I will be franchising it out. I'm fine financially. I probably have done a lot of things that other people dream of. And it didn't bring me 1 ounce of joy. So I'm now in therapy, and I've got a whole team now, which is great, trying to teach me how to be happy. So to bring this back to the Joker and how the people in the media are full of crap. The Joker as a character, remember it's fiction, he tried Arthur Fleck. He tried to do everything he was supposed to. He got the help that he needed. He tried to do what they said. Nobody listened. Nobody listened. It isn't just white male people that people aren't listening to, disenfranchised. It's all of us. All of us outsiders. All of us weirdos. Nobody listens. Because the normal people want to cut your frickin' ponytail off. The rest of us, we just want to be left alone. And probably to be happy. I'd like to be happy. But maybe that's not my destiny. So, this very raw, unedited thing is just to say that the Joker is a character, fictional character, but he doesn't just speak to dangerous people or whatever. It's a cry for all of us. We're all hurting. Maybe normal people are hurting too, they just don't know it. But I know that there's a world out there that I'm never going to be a part of. So instead, I will just embrace my differences. And if I seem different to you, since you've known me, it's because I'm not different anymore. I'm just being me. And I hope that we all can just be ourselves. And I'm glad I can finally just be me. And I'm going to watch The Joker again because it's a good movie and I love it. All right.